gentlemen, if you're with us, a very warm welcome on board this British Airways flight. Just a reminder about hand luggage. Small bags may be kept underneath the seat in front of you. All other items must be placed into an overhead locker. Please put your bags right inside the locker, as they can sometimes fall out and may injure someone. If your bag has wheels, please put it in wheels first. We'd appreciate your assistance by closing the overhead lockers once they are completely full. If you are seated in an emergency exit row, that's row 9, or a front row bulkhead seat, all your items must be placed into an overhead locker, as the floor area around your seat must be completely clear.
Speedbird 2159 Heavy, ready for IFR clearance to Point Salines Airport.
Speedbird 2159 Heavy, QNR ground, expect runway 10, climb 6,000 feet on runway centerline, then expect radar vectors rebore, squawk 2260.
Expect runway 10, climb 6,000 feet on runway centerline, then expect radar vectors RIBOR, squawk 2260, Speedbird 2159 Heavy.
Speedbird 2159 Heavy, read back correct. Call me back when ready for pushback or engine start.
Roger that, Speedbird 2159 Heavy. Speedbird 2159 Heavy, ramp 4, request pushback.
Speedbird 2159 Heavy, QNR ground, pushback and engine start approved, face southwest.
Pushback approved, face southwest, Speedbird 2159 Heavy.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback. Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted. Locking gear.
Speedbird 2159 Heavy, wind check.
Wind 090 at 18.
Release parking brakes, please. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
I must confess a sentiment of the most tender nature.
Welcome, everyone. We will now demonstrate the safety features of this aircraft, and your attention is essential, as this may be different from any aircraft that you've flown before.
Do I smell the wings of war? I see smoke on the horizon.
Smoking, including e-cigarettes, vaping, and the use of other smoking devices, is not permitted at any time whilst on board, including the toilets, which has smoke detectors in them.
Gerald, it's you. For too long I've kept my true feelings hidden, but now...
Personal devices should have the flight safe mode feature enabled now.
Handheld devices must be held securely or placed into a pocket.
What witchcraft is this? The painting! It moves!
Larger devices, including laptops, must be switched off and placed in your luggage for takeoff and landing. Please unplug your devices from the sockets. They must also be switched off and unplugged when not being used during the flight. If you do lose your device within your seat, please don't move the seat yourself. Ask a member of crew for some help.
Please set parking brakes.
Anne, dearest, at your age one can't be too choosy.
Hand baggage must be placed under the seat in front of you, or carefully above in an overhead locker, so it doesn't block any aisles or exits.
Just one moment. Please check your seatbelt is fastened securely and worn whenever the seatbelt signs are on. It is fastened like this, adjusted like this, and opened like this.
If you're sitting in one of our first or Club World seats with a shoulder strap, you must ensure this is also attached for takeoff and landing. It is adjusted like this and opened like this. For your comfort and safety in case of turbulence, we recommend you keep your seatbelts fastened and
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear, right is clear.
If the air supply fails, oxygen will be provided and masks will appear automatically. If you are wearing a face mask, please remove it before putting on the oxygen mask. Stay in your seat, pull the oxygen mask towards you and place it over your mouth and nose and breathe normally, adjusting the band to secure it. Please note, the bag may not inflate. You may need to pull on a coloured streamer to release your mask. Ensure your own mask is fitted before helping anyone else.
Speedbird 2159
Your
Heavy,
life jacket
taxi
is
for departure.
underneath or beside your seat. If required, remove the jacket from its container and pull it over your head. Pass the tapes around your waist and tie securely in a double bow
Runway
at the
10
side.
Taxi Fire Echo,
To inflate,
Bravo,
pull the red
Speedbird
toggle as
2159
shown,
Heavy.
and the air can be topped up by using this mouthpiece. There is a whistle and a light for attracting attention. Please do not inflate your life jacket until you are outside of the aircraft.
Pray, which they'll do it again!
Should we need to evacuate, move quickly to the nearest usable exit. Taking nothing with you as carrying baggage may block aisles and exits and delay your evacuation. Low-level lighting will guide you to an exit. All exits are clearly marked and are being pointed out to you now.
Eyes on your cabin crew.
Please locate your nearest exit. Remember, it may be behind you. Opening the doors automatically inflates the evacuation slides.
High-heeled shoes must be removed as they may tear the slide.
This red handle is for emergency use only, and its instructions are found inside your suite. Doors must be secured open for taxi, takeoff and landing.
All this important information can be found on your safety card. This includes the brace position, and this is the brace position!
Oh, George! If your seat is fitted with a shoulder strap, you must adopt this position.
Please now check your seat is in the takeoff position with the armrest down. Your table is folded away, personal devices unplugged, and window blinds are open or set to clear. If you have a footstool or a video screen, please stow these now.
A letter, Lady Benson.
What is this?
I believe it's a safety card, ma'am.
Please have a good look at your safety card before we depart, and if you have any questions, just ask your cabin crew.
And as always, wherever you go,
whomever you see, stay safe.
Look after one another.
And never change.
Is it a winged creature of the air? Or perchance a celestial contrivance navigating the skies?
No, ma'am. That's a British Airways A350.
Speedbird 2159 Heavy, holding short, runway 10.
Speedbird 2159 Heavy, Huanora Tower, wind 090 at 18, fly heading 110, runway 10, cleared for takeoff.
Approaching
Fly heading
28.
110, runway 10, cleared for takeoff, Speedbird 2159 Heavy.
On runway 28. 1,400 meters remaining. Meters remaining. Approaching 10. On runway 10.
Speedbird 2159 Heavy, contact St. Lucia departure 119.8.
Contact St. Lucia departure 119.8, Speedbird 2159 Heavy. St. Lucia, Speedbird 2159 Heavy, 2,500 feet.
Speedbird 2159 Heavy, St. Lucia departure identified. Climb to flight level 100.
Climb to flight level 100, Speedbird 2159 Heavy.
159 heavy. Turn right, heading 215.
Turn right, heading 215, Speedbird 2159 heavy.
Speedbird 2159 heavy, contact Piarco radar 123.7.
Center on 123.7, Speedbird 2159 heavy. Piarco radar, Speedbird 2159 heavy, crossing 7,900 feet for flight level 100.
Speedbird 2159 heavy, Piarco radar. Good afternoon, identified. Climb to flight level 120.
Climb to flight level 120, Speedbird 2159 heavy.
Speedbird 2159 heavy, cleared direct report. Resume all navigation.
My name is Jen
Cleared
Picker and I
direct
have the pleasure of being the
arrival.
person
Resume navigation,
on this flight
Speedbird 2159
It
heavy.
is our pleasure to have all of you on board with us today and to welcome back so very many of our Executive Club members and our One World frequent flyers, including American Airlines code share partners. On this flight today in our Club Europe cabin, we'll be offering you a complimentary bar service, followed by lunch with drinks from the bar and choice of tea or coffee. And in our Euro Traveller cabin, we'll be coming through with a sandwich with a complimentary drink from the bar or the choice of tea or coffee. Then we'll be opening our highlight shop. If there is anything we can do to make your journey more comfortable, please let one of us know as we come through the cabin or press your call bell. We'll be more than happy to help. And we do hope that you enjoy your flight with us.
Semir 796, turn right, heading 150, climb to flight level 348.
Turn right, heading 150, climb to flight level 348, Semir 796.
Speedbird 2159 Heavy, Piarco radar. Expect RNAV runway 10.
Expect RNAV runway 10, Speedbird 2159 Heavy. RNAV runway 10, call when ready, Speedbird 2159 Heavy.
Speedbird 2159 Heavy, Point Saline Airport landing, runway 10.
Point Salines Airport, landing runway 10, Speedbird 2159 Heavy.
Virgin 197 Echo Heavy, turn right heading 090, climb to flight level 390.
Turn right, heading 090, climb to flight level 390, Virgin 197 Echo Heavy.
heavy. Contact Maurice Bishop, approach 119.4.
Contact Maurice Bishop, approach 119.4, Speedbird 2159 heavy. Maurice Bishop, Speedbird 2159, heavy, flight level 120.
Speedbird 2159, heavy, Maurice Bishop, approach QNH 1013. Expect the RNAV runway 10 with the Dessau transition.
QNH 1013, expect the RNAV runway 10 with the Dessau transition, Speedbird 2159 heavy.
Speedbird 2159 heavy, descend to 3,000 feet, QNH 1013.
Descend to 3,000 feet, QNH 1013, Speedbird 2159 heavy.
Speedbird 2159 heavy, clear direct Dessau, thrust Dessau at or above 3,000 feet, cleared RNAV runway 10.
Cleared direct Dessau, cross Dessau at or above 3,000 feet, cleared RNAV runway 10, Speedbird 2159 heavy.
Speedbird 2159 heavy, contact Maurice Bishop Tower, 118.9er.
Over to Tower 118.9er, Speedbird 2159 heavy. Maurice Bishop Tower, Speedbird 2159 heavy, RNAV runway 10.
Speedbird 2159 heavy, Maurice Bishop Tower, wind 100 at 14, runway 10 cleared to land.
Runway 10 cleared to land, Speedbird 2159 heavy.
miles to the north of the airfield. I'm very pleased to say that the weather's very pleasant actually. They were forecasting a possibility of showers, but looking ahead, they're very few and far between and further inland, so I think it's going to be very pleasant weather for our arrival. Temperature at the moment on the ground is 19 degrees Celsius. Probably not going to get much higher today, but obviously a very pleasant day itself. And for the cabin crew, we're going to be landing in about 15 minutes' time. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain's now turned on the fasten seatbelt sign as we'll soon be landing. Please now return to your seat and make sure your personal belongings are safely put away in the overhead locker under the seat in front of you. Please check that your table is folded away, your seat back is upright with the armrest down, and your seatbelt is securely.
$2,500.
Approaching 10.
Approaching minimums. Minimums. $100, $50, $30, $20, $10.
One 1,200 meters remaining.
Speedbird 2159 heavy. Exit next
900 remaining.
Exit next available taxiway. Speedbird 2159 heavy.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the captain and the entire crew, we'd like to welcome you. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the fasten seatbelt signs have been switched off. When it's safe to leave your seats, please take care, especially when opening the overhead lockers, as items may have moved and could fall out and injure someone. Before leaving the aircraft, please make sure you have all your personal belongings with you, and mind your step as you make your way to the terminal building. If you need assistance once you've left the aircraft, please ask any of our ground staff or those of our One World Alliance partners. We'll be happy to help you. Please remember, smoking is not allowed until you've reached a designated smoking area within the terminal building. From all of us at British Airways and the One World Alliance, we'd like to thank you for choosing to fly with us today. It's been our pleasure looking after you on this flight, and we hope to
Approaching
welcome you on board very
28.
soon. Thank you and goodbye.
On runway 28.
Speedbird 2159 Heavy, contact ground 121.9er.
Ground 121.9er, Speedbird 2159 Heavy, bye-bye. Speedbird 2159, Heavy request taxi to assigned gate.
Speedbird 2159 Heavy, ramp 5 taxi via Alpha.
Ramp 5 via Alpha, Speedbird 2159 Heavy.
Temporary doors to disarm and cross-check.
The boarding requested. Passengers, the boarding started.